In 2002, the United States military ran a classified war simulation called the Millennium Challenge. The premise: America invades Iran, the most powerful military in human history, versus a relatively poor country in the Middle East. Iran won, not in some marginal narrow sense. Iran won decisively. The response from US military leadership was extraordinary. They declared the Iranian tactics were cheating, reset the simulation, and changed the rules to guarantee an American victory. Think about what that tells us. Not about military hardware, about mindset. Today I want to explain why Iran's strategic position is far stronger than most people realize, and what the concept of asymmetric warfare means for the most important geopolitical conflict unfolding right now. On one side, the United States and Israel. America is home to the most powerful military ever assembled. If the entire rest of the world combined its forces against the United States would win. The Israeli strike on the Iranian embassy in Damascus demonstrated this. The hit was so precise that the building next door, the Canadian embassy, was untouched. On the other side, Iran, a country of about 92 million people with a relatively limited military budget, decades of economic sanctions, and no aircraft carriers or advanced air force. By every conventional metric, the outcome should be obvious. America and Israel win easily, but every conventional metric is missing something crucial. Asymmetric warfare is the idea that a weaker force, rather than trying to match a stronger force on its own terms, redefines the terms of the conflict entirely. Imagine two enemies. One, Jack, has body armor and a machine gun. The other has nothing. In an open field, Jack wins. But put them in a dense, dark forest that only the second person knows. Suddenly Jack's machine gun is less useful. That's asymmetric warfare. As long as the weaker side can define the terms of engagement, can choose where and how to fight, the conventional advantage becomes much less decisive. When Iran sent its strike package, 300 drones and missiles toward Israel, Israel said 99% were intercepted, but the Iranians said, "We designed the attack to be largely harmless. We were sending a signal, not a lethal blow." The total cost of that Iranian strike was estimated between $10 and $30 million. The cost to Israel of intercepting was at least $1 billion. Iran spent $30 million to force Israel to spend $1 billion, a ratio of 30 to 1. In the Millennium Challenge simulation, Team Iran used asymmetric tactics, drone swarms, small fast boats charging at aircraft carriers. The Americans' billion-dollar carriers were sunk by weapons that cost thousands. The American commanders called asymmetric tactics cheating. This reveals the fatal flaw. When you're powerful enough, you believe the rules should guarantee your victory. Any tactic that challenges that is unfair. Vietnam is the most famous example. American military superiority was overwhelming. But the Vietnamese were patient, creative, and willing to absorb enormous punishment in exchange for making the conflict so costly that America decided the price was too high. Iran has been preparing for this conflict for approximately 20 years, building tunnel networks, building cheap drone and missile capability, developing proxy relationships, Hezbollah in Lebanon, Houthi forces in Yemen, militia networks in Iraq and Syria. When the Iranian foreign minister was asked whether Iran was afraid of American ground troops, he said, "No, we are waiting for them. Come in. We've been preparing for 20 years." The crucial question is not, does America have better weapons? The crucial question is, can Iran make the cost of this conflict over time higher than America is willing to pay? From the evidence available, the answer appears to be yes. Through the slow grinding math of asymmetric warfare, where every American billion buys Iran 100 cheap drones that replace themselves. Asymmetric warfare is the oldest strategic principle in the book. The weak have always had to be creative against the strong. and creativity, combined with deep local knowledge and genuine motivation, has beaten superior firepower many times. If you want to understand what will happen, watch for the things that actually determine outcomes. Is the defending side maintaining cohesion and motivation? Is the dominant power learning from its mistakes or insisting enemies fight on its terms? The forest is dark, and someone has been living in it for a very long time. Thanks for watching.